Hello, what up guys, how you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to a new episode of the FIFA 20 Ultimate Team Road to Glory. This is episode number 39, and in today's episode we are going to finish off our weekend league as well as doing a couple of SBCs, and there's a pretty big sort of swap in player purchase and that sort of thing going on. So if you do enjoy the video, smash a thumbs up. Let's go for 4,000 likes on this episode. I know you can do it. So come on, show your support. Subscribe to the channel. Click that notification bell so you never miss an upload. And let me know in the comment section right now, how did you get on in the weekend league? Let me know how many wins, how many losses. I'm curious. Leave your comments down below. So we're going to get stuck on into the weekend league. Koulibaly eventually sells for 36,750. That's cheap for a decent 89 rated player. And I'm assuming he's very good on the game as well. So seems like a bargain for any of you Serie A teams out there. Maybe I should have kept him. I don't know. Anyway, we go into our first game of the weekend league. We're currently 8-1, and we come up against someone who's already got Pep Guardiola, just like we have. He's got a red Luca Digne as well. So, you know, he got an all-right red in his Team of the Week packs. I mean, we've got 90 rated Lewandowski, who is putting on the pressure to begin with in this match, and eventually ends up getting the first goal. I think that was heavily deflected, but the strength, the work rate and stuff in that one was impressive from the Polish striker. So Neymar then knocks it through. Lewandowski's in again. Is he going to cut back, try and knock it inside, or run down the wing? He whips it into the back post. And it's Serge Gnabry there to stick it into the net. And again, I think it takes another wild deflection. Like, both of those shots were probably going in to begin with. But both got touches off either the defender or the goalkeeper. And then we absolutely kipper this guy by spinning around with the scoop turn with Neymar. It's my favourite thing to do with him. Just like back to goal, quickly scoop around the defender, because they're not agile enough to actually like make anything happen, and a lot of the time you can just burst away from them and hope that they don't catch you up. I mean, a lot of the time they do, right? But we get another chip shot, a classic Lasty chip, makes it 4-0 after 63 minutes, and it means that we're going to get the victory in this match right here. So we hit him with some swagger, because that is what we like to do. And then, well, from the kickoff, does he score from this? I can't remember. He knocks it through to, oh yeah, he gets the he gets a rebound. It happens. Sometimes I get rebound goals, but, you know, it is what it is. I was obviously trying to keep the clean sheet. Got a little bit cocky in the middle there with Frankie De Jong, and he knocks it through to Felipe Anderson, who is easily able to tap home. This game was like one of them ones where I knew I was going to come away with the victory when I was 4-0 up, and I just literally went to sleep for the last 20 minutes of the match, and he ends up getting a couple of consolation goals, but that's about all it is. So with that, we end up completing week 4 silver with just by playing games as well. So bronze and silver have both been done just by playing the weekend league, not even really focusing on anything. And that took us over into level 24 or level 25. I can't remember which. Level 24, I guess, because we're not at the end of the thingy, and we get ourselves a mega pack. So from the mega pack, we're hoping it's a 35k pack. Like, hopefully we'll get something good in this. That would be the goal, right? Can we get ourselves a board or a walkout player? Well, the animation is moving slowly enough. It's only going to be a board, I'm afraid. It's French striker from Monaco. That is, of course, Ben Yedder. Now, that is a valuable player to get, and another great addition to our Ligue 1 squad, which is coming along nicely, if I do say so myself. Now, Ben Yedder actually scored a couple of goals at the weekend, so I would imagine that come Wednesday, he's going to get himself an inform, as I flick the stick up and down in happiness. But yeah, like, I would imagine he's ones to watch. He's going to get a boost. So, I mean, it's too late by the time you're watching this to go out and invest, because, like, obviously that would have gone up easily at the time. But it does look like Ben Yedder might get himself an inform. He's got a couple of goals in their victory, so that's good. That's like one of many. Ben Yedder always gets loads of informs, doesn't he, on FIFA? So he's scoring goals in the French league now, which is good, because the higher he gets, the more chance there is to link someone like him to Neymar and to like Mbappe, and it just gives other good options in Ligue 1. So into the next match we go then. I go 1-0 down after 42 minutes. I literally read what he was going to do, but I couldn't switch the player fast enough, which is frustrating, but hey, it happens. Now, we end up getting ourselves an equalising goal after 72 minutes. Neymar is finally able to just get in the right position to hit that near post finesse, and it does find its way into the back of the net. Can we win this match in extra time then? Ousmane Dembele knocks it to Neymar, and well, we get the lucky rebound in this game. As you can see, Dembele sticks it in the back of the net. We're 2-1 up. Can we hold this game? Well, I might end up... Do I get a red card here? Longley just loves a red card. That's like the third or fourth one that I've got with him since starting to use him. Like, genuinely, he just gets reds all the time. And as you can see here, I eventually play like Frankie De Jong as a centre-back. And it works out. You know, we had to just survive for another few minutes. And we come away in a very tough match, going all the way to extra time with a 2-1 victory. So that brings us up to 10-1. Doing really well, and moving on into the next game. This is the sort of squad that I definitely worry about. I see the meta players like Joe Gomez, like Wijnaldum, Rashford, Martial, like players which I know are probably going to be quite good on this game and difficult to deal with if my opponent knows what he's doing. And I would say that he does know what he's doing. Like he hit a couple of nice plays, and like I was able to keep him at bay for the whole of the first half. But he scored one right at the start of the second, which was annoying. And then like I think I genuinely got battered in this game, and there wasn't really any chance of me getting goals. So it was just a case of, can I hold him off and then maybe hit him on the counter attack? It doesn't quite end up like that, and every single tackle I made, or I thought I made, just literally went straight back to him. Like I was doing what I thought was the right tackles and stuff, but it just wasn't working out for us. And eventually I get so annoyed with it that I just pause the game and quit. And that's the first quit I've had in the weekend league that I've done anyway. So that's our second loss of the weekend league, coming at 10-2 now. And then we go into another one and get matched up against, once again, another very meta squad. You could arguably say that every single player in that team fits the meta of this game, and just like, no, you know, they're those OP type players, and it's nice that he's managed to link them all together. I get spun by Rashford in the 25th minute, and I do go 1-0 down to this guy. And again, I thought, oh no, is this the beginning of it? Is this the start of my losing streak? Because we all know it's coming at some point in time. However, Neymar just gets past Joe Gomez there somehow. Like, the touch that he took was... It was like a default touch that the AI just took for me. I don't think I really took the extra long touch to pass it, you know, to get it past Joe Gomez. But we take the shot at the near post and it goes in. So, you know, we'll take that equaliser to send this game to extra time as well. Every single game was a battle for me this weekend. It's just nuts. But hey, Neymar turns the defender, cuts back inside again. Can he hit that shot? Finally, in the 110th minute, I get a shot that doesn't get AI blocked. And we are able to go 2-1 up. It is that man again, the Brazilian king for me. It is Neymar Jr. getting himself a second goal of the game. And is that going to be enough for us to hold on and get a victory here? Because this guy was good. You know, he had lots of good players. He'd brought on like the lone Salah. I think I even brought on the lone Van Dijk just to see the game out. And eventually I come away with the 2-1 victory. So yet another game which could have gone either way. I mean, it looks like I had the majority of the shots and stuff, but so many of them get blocked that I just can't seem to get it past those defenders. And then when I do, the goalkeeper parries it out, or I hit the post or something. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. It happens to all of us throughout the entire weekend. And I've had so many lucky games this weekend alone that I've won where I shouldn't have, that I think karma is going to come back in a big way at some point. I'm going to have one of them weekends where I go like 14 and 16 to get gold 3. So, yeah, it's going to be rough when it does happen to us. But so far, we've got fairly lucky, I would say. So, I decided it seemed like a good time to sell Frankie De Jong just because he'd gone up in price a tiny bit. We'd probably lose a little bit on tax, but his inform had gone up a little bit and his ones to watch had come down a little bit. So the price difference was, it was like the perfect time for me to sell this one and then just to upgrade him to the ones to watch, which I think is just a little bit more of a safe bet because if he plays well or whatever, then of course then that could cause a spike in his price, and to be honest, like if he does play well, obviously the ones to watch is going to go up, but then his inform is going to drop like a rock because there's going to be another inform to fit in between there, right? So yeah, we've gone ahead and just got ourselves the One's to watch Frankie. It cost us a total difference of probably about 40k or so. And with that, I think there was also some daily SBCs that came out, which we can focus on right about now. So this was Saturday night's SBCs, Dracula's Army and the Zombies one. There's also a couple that came out on Sunday night, which I will get to for tomorrow's episode. I like that we're getting a couple of little puzzle SBCs every day. I'm a big fan of that because, like I said, a lot of the time they aren't like crazy value. They're pretty good value if you've got untradables in your club, of course, but what they are good for is a little reroll of luck, you know, because if you end up getting kind of nothing, well, you've probably stocked your club back up with some of the players that you use to submit the SBC. And if you get something good, it's a win. It's a W. So, like, those are the types of SBCs that I think are very much worth it. And those are the sorts of things that I think we should genuinely have nearly every single day on FUT. I don't see why we have to be in a promo to get this. Like, just a random Tuesday, I think we should definitely be getting an SBC where we've got a complete, like, 2 or 3 different groups in order to get an overall prize. I think that would be, it's one way to keep the market on its toes, of course, because some days AC Milan players are going to go up. Sometimes Turkish League players are going to go up. Silvers will rise, bronzes will rise. It just makes everything a little bit more valuable. And of course, I just think that's a wise move, but who knows? But we get kind of trolled with I knew I wasn't, every time I get a pack which isn't a boards or walkout, I hope for Moussa Sissoko. That's the one player I always hope for. And this time, obviously, we ended up getting 81 rated French centre mids, but it was Aouar. It wasn't Moussa, which was annoying. But we get Giroud in our premium gold players pack. That's not the greatest, but hey, you know, it is what it is. Like a Chelsea player is going to be worth something at some point. And we just stocked the club up with a whole bunch of other players that we just submitted. So I try my very best for these SBCs to use untradables, and you guys know I take untradables every week. So if I do that, then what we're doing is eventually just swapping out those untradables for tradable cards that we can have in the club or sell whenever they go up or whatnot. So yeah, I think that's definitely the way to do it. If you're invested in playing FUT, you take the untradables. It might not seem like profitable at the time, but then you use the rubbish ones of them, and you put them into the SBCs for tradable rewards, and it's almost like you then have the same amount of packs that you would have got for tradable rivals rewards, but then you've also got some untradeable stuff left in your club. It just seems like a win-win to me. Anyway, we end up going out and purchasing ourselves a Jadon Sancho. So I know that I said to you at the very end of the last episode, I wonder if Sancho would be better than Gnabry, because I've not been loving Gnabry. And there was also the opportunity that I could just play Ousmane Dembele on full chemistry and it would drop Royce down to 8 chem. And I don't think we'd notice a difference really with him. So that is another option, but I thought, you know what, we've got the coins in our club, why not just go out and buy a Jadon, see what he's like for the remaining few games that I'm going to have time to play for in the weekend league, and yeah, so that's exactly what we've done. He's going to play out wide and see what he can do. I think wide left is where he's going to play, but I come up against someone who loves his SBCs. He's got both the player of the month so far from the Prem and also Theo Walcott, so he's invested quite a lot into getting that Aubameyang. It is a very expensive card to do, and I don't think the actual upgrades are really worth it. You know, it's a sentimental card for me because Aubameyang last year was he was like our most capped player and stuff, but I just don't see the point in doing him this year, man. It just doesn't seem worth it. So my opponent scores an own goal, but Lewandowski literally would have scored it if he didn't tap it into his own net. And then Lewandowski with the amazing ball control and dribbling inside the box to just shimmy around a couple of defenders and hit a really nice weak foot shot into the back of the net. That's what I want from him. He was a real danger to my opponent in this game right here. But there's just a lot of times where I find that he doesn't necessarily get involved too much. So I love and I hate him, but I think he's a good thing for our team overall. I give away a penalty towards the end of this match, and that could have been my opponent's in to like get him back into the game, but he skies it. I went the correct way anyway, but he skied the penalty, so that kept us at 2-0. I just had to see the game out, and as you can see there, another close game comes away with a victory, a 2-0 victory as well, which I was happy with. So that takes us up another win. We can go into this game right here against one of the best squads I've seen. Neymar, Mbappe, and Messi this guy had. Super OP players, like, well, not OP, but just super high rated and amazing players to use on this game. Like, we know how good Neymar is. So Mbappe and Messi as well, they're both supposed to be absolutely outstanding. But look at that from Lewandowski. That's clinical. That is literally what I want from him. And I've been finding more and more when I've used him that he might not be the quickest player, but the touch he takes and the ball control that he's got is sublime. Like, he takes that first touch into space, ready to then let go of that ball with the shot really well. So I'm impressed with him for that. So, yeah, in a very tough game where I didn't have much, I'm not going to lie, my opponent had just, I mean, a very similar game, but like my opponent seemed to be on the ball more, and obviously with those players to his disposal, I was just nervous that we were going to eventually lose this game. But Neymar goes and takes the shot there. I probably should have whipped it across as opposed to actually, you know, taking the shot at the near post. I get through Lewandowski, but then that's the lasty bottle right there. I should have taken one more touch and banged that shot. And I try it here, and I put a little bit too much power on it, and it smashes the bar. But you can see just how dangerous Lewandowski's being in these games. And I hope that once I get a little bit more used to him, I'm going to come away with more goals for him. So, yeah, I'm actually quite excited that we end up winning that match against that crazy team. It could have been, I mean, it was a 1-0 game. And literally it could have gone so many different ways if I just wasn't on full concentration mode. But then we come up against this guy who's done Crespo. And right off the bat, I could just tell he was a good player. He was a very, very solid player. We get through with Lewandowski right there. Nearly hit that shot into the back of the net. It was a finesse shot that the goalkeeper just about got a hand to. But look what Crespo does to me right here. He just sort of cuts inside and then whips it to the back post. That was a lovely strike from the Argentine. And I thought that was going to be bad going to worse from this game. I thought it was only downhill from here. However, Frankie knocks it into Neymar. Oh, it's that scoop, baby. It's that scoop that I love just so much. You hit him with one of them, you take the shot, you score the goal, and you run off celebrating. And this game went all the way to extra time. And again, this is one that I did not deserve to win, but this is my favourite goal from the weekend league. Some of the passes and stuff here, just look at the total football that's going on right now. A lot of those there were just first time passes and first time shots. Like, that was great. I left that whole clip in there from the moment we won the ball in our defence to playing the ball out, the couple of skill moves, the balls over the top. It was just a really nice goal. And Quincy Promes and Rashford, my super subs in this game, really did the business for me, getting in behind the defence there, just with that extra bit of pace that they've got and the extra stamina they have at that point in time. And that worked for me. But until right at the end, when my opponent gets a couple of opportunities, look at that. Zaha should have scored. Bale picks it up, smashes the underside of the bar, and I am just like, clear the ball, Tom. Eventually I got rid of it, and we come away with a 2-1 win in a game which I didn't deserve. There was that one and one other game earlier on in the weekend league, I'm sure you remember it from yesterday's episode, that I definitely didn't deserve to win. So like I said, I think karma's going to come back and bite me at some point, but yeah, we ended up going 14-2. A really, really good weekend. I actually really wanted to play on in the weekend league. Unfortunately, it's been one of my busier weekends. I've had family get-togethers and other plans that just didn't allow me to have much time to actually do stuff. And I needed to use every single second of the spare time that I had to edit this video for you today. And I really would have loved to have played on. It's just unfortunate. Maybe next week. Maybe I'll try and I basically need to work my Friday games out better, not just play 3 games on Friday, get 10 games done, and then the rest of the weekend you should be able to sort of sail through a lot easier, right? So yeah, that's probably just something I need to work on for future weeks. Try and get more games done on a Friday night. But anyway, the team itself, I really like it. There are a couple of changes I think I can make. I do think that Ousmane Dembele coming into the squad over Gnabry and Sancho is just a wise move. I don't think that will affect Royce too much at all, being on 8 chem. There are a couple of other changes that I thought I could maybe make so that we could have both a cam and 2 strikers. And that would be obviously like a 3-5-2 or a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. So there's maybe scope for me to make some changes in there at some point too, just to get Royce involved a little bit more alongside Neymar and Lewandowski, because I know a lot of you would love to obviously see Royce do work for the team as well. But But that's something that we can work on. There's other things I need to do during the week. I need to obviously work on getting the League On victory done. There's some squad battles that I need to play to get some other icon swaps. And then, of course, there's Ed and Dzeko, should we get the time or inclination to do that. And then, of course, we'll also work on our main squad ready for the next weekend league as well. So lots of stuff to do during the week. Hopefully we get lots of daily SBCs and stuff. Maybe some other player SBCs would be quite nice as well. Let me know if any of you have done the League On Player of the Month SBC, the MLS Player of the Month SBC, and also the Navas SBC. Let me know if you've done them. What do you think of the players? Because they are on my list of players to maybe get, because they might help me out for other objectives and stuff. I'd be very curious to know what your thoughts are on those players. That's going to be the end of the episode for today. Do me a massive favour, smash that thumbs up button, and don't forget to let me know as well what you got in the weekend league. You can follow me on Twitter and Insta, the links are down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and most importantly, I hope you all have a wonderful day. I will catch you tomorrow with another episode. Peace.